Phoebe, do you ever feel like sending in the clowns?
Send in the clowns. That's all I got from that song. It was I who framed Roger Rabbit, Phoebe.
And I'm Jacques,
And welcome to Do You Ever Feel Like?
where we ask the questions that everyone's thinking and no one's answering.
Your brows look really good. Did you get them done?
No, I just put something in them.
You just put
before we-
something in them. Oh, well, hey, 2 seconds of effort? It's paying off.
2 seconds of
I'm
effort
noticing.
with my new glasses too.
With your new glasses. I actually was just thinking, I was like, I did my eyebrows and then I put my turtleneck on. Mistakes. It's not working. Anyway, aesthetics. Aesthetics during an audio medium.
I was trying to be cute. I even put earrings on, but now I have these big things on.
I think you look cute.
Great.
I think you look cute. I mean, I am also feeling like a swamp person today. It is what it is. We're keeping it moving.
Daylight savings happened. Mm-hmm. Do you feel
Rough.
impacted by this?
Were you about to say discuss? Daylight savings happened. Discuss.
That's all I have for the pod today. Daylight
I
savings.
hate it. I hate it. It's horrible. Yes, I'm deeply impacted by it. Why wouldn't I be? Spiritually, psychically, physically,
Yes. I-
impacted.
Traveled, like I've been on like almost West Coast time, like mountain time.
Yeah.
And I travel back. So like I feel like it hasn't really, I'm like not.
Yeah, you're already like jet lagged a little bit.
Yeah. But like I was like, what happened? Did we fall? We lost an hour?
back. Yeah, you go
This
back.
is what happens every time this happens. This has been happening my entire life on this planet, as it has everyone, right? Like, but I still have to
Oh
go,
yeah, and it's still shocking.
What are we
every time.
doing?
I mean, I feel that way about my period, right? I'm like, again? And then, but at least with that horror will cease one day.
eventually.
And I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I don't, I
Not going through it,
yeah.
but on the other side.
Great.
On the other side.
Yeah.
Anyway, check in. I'm fine. I was just doing our financial projection, so I actually feel a bit psychotic at the moment. Like I needed to be like medevaced from a spreadsheet. So I'm glad I'm here.
Oh, that's good.
In what kind of mood I'm going to be in, who TBD, but
Well, I'm very scared that I've totally fucked up our business now. So
no. I mean, you know me with like a number, right? I'm like I don't like that I am into this kind of stuff, but I am. And I do think it's just like a weird thing, like being a business owner, right? It's like, I have to care about this.
oh, totally. Yeah,
I don't,
Yeah.
when I went to art school, HQ, I did not envision myself looking at spreadsheets, but here we are. Oh, my jaw, you know?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Tell the people. Wait, you gave me a beautiful. We've been chatting lately about how we need to be taking care of our bodies, because if we are going to be artists out here doing this, we have to be.
Yeah.
You know, we chat all the time. Mm-hmm. We perform. We got to take care of ourselves. You tell the people your anecdote about if you talk for a living and what your dentist told you.
Oh my God. I totally forgot about that. That was while you were away. Okay, so you know me and my 5,000 doctor's appointments a week. I had 5 doctor's appointments last week. That's when that was also, by the way, which is insane. Anyway.
I mean, you know everybody
Hey,
by name. Every
I loved-
receptionist
Yeah.
knows Phoebe.
Oh yeah, we're all besties.
Yeah.
Remember, you know how I like make fun of like the girl bosses that like post their schedules all the time? I thought it'd be like really funny to do that like with my doctors. Isn't that funny? Like today I have audiology appointment.
Chronic illness, girly.
Yeah.
Roll
I'm like, then it's like you're like productive when you're like at the pain clinic or whatever. Anyway, I feel like that's like such a niche joke that only like if you were like severely online in like 2020 will you understand.
Yeah.
That. Anyway, so I went to the dentist just for my regular checkup. Sidebar, they were playing Property Brothers.
Oh no.
Like
no.
Property Brothers channel. like only
Do they have a
Property
channel?
Brothers. I don't know. At the dentist they did. I think Property Brothers has become one of those shows, and I don't really understand how this works. Like one of those like Judge Judy or whatever. Like it's just on
like Friends
all day. Yeah, and so like if you were to go into like a retirement home or something like
Right.
that, like Property Brothers is on. So that is what was playing at the dentist. And they're like, the houses are like, they're like, I don't know if we can spend $180,000 on this house. It's over our budget. And I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna overdose on fluoride treatment right now. Anyway, so I go to the doctors.
Those two are the epitome of that twin joke, by the way. The
What
twin
twin
joke of
joke?
like when you're an adult, you're no longer a twin. Like adults are for kids. Like those two.
Twins are for kids. Yeah.
Twins are for kids. Adults are for kids. Twins are for kids.
Twins are for kids. Oh, the Robbie Hoffman joke. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, twins is totally for kids.
Twins is totally for kids. Those two are.
I will say though,
are for
when
kids.
I'm out with you and Grady, the like handful of times I've been with you and Grady, I'm like, I feel protected by divine energy right now because this is psycho. This is crazy to be a part of. I can imagine most other people would feel that way as well. Like, does
No.
Jack? No, they don't. Oh, I
no,
do.
Jack feels. Oh no, yeah, everyone feels that way. Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah, yeah.
protected. I'm like, oh well, now I have twin power. So
Oh, I'm a part of this. That's how everyone feels most
not
of the
so
time.
much like a part of it, but like
I get it.
I have twins on my side.
Yeah,
You know, I have twin on my team.
double trouble. That's
Quite literally. Anyway.
Quite literally. Okay,
So I'm at the
anyways.
dentist and I was asking about this is like so boring and also hilarious. I was asking about, what do you call it? Like gum recession. I've
Yeah.
got like some gum recession.
'Cause we're
going on that I've been,
middle-aged.
keeping my eye on it. Because I turned 30 and my body went, we're done. Actually, goodbye to you. So I was asking about some gum recession. They're like, I've been seeing this dentist for a really long time. I actually really like my dentist too. They're really nice people. And you know,
Right.
they take their time. They take their time there and like actually explain things to me. So anyway, I was like, I got this gum recession. They're like, okay, let's do a scan and like compare. Have you had this happen at the dentist? Have you had like the 3D scan of your mouth done yet?
That thing is wild.
Isn't it crazy?
We get up in to the mouth, like
Uh-huh.
all the way. I'm like, okay, guys, like, no,
No, not the mold.
I'm talking
mold-
about the
yeah.
handheld.
Yeah.
The
Isn't
handheld
that
thing.
insane?
Yes, it's wild. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
insane.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, the future is now. So anyway, he's like, let's compare it to the last time we did one of these scans. Anyway, so he's looking at it, he's like, this just like isn't enough for me to be concerned about. And he was like, if you went to go see a periodontist, like they would definitely tell you to get the surgery. The surgery is really expensive. It's really painful. Gum grafting. Ew. Also, my dad has had this done. So that's why I'm like stressed about it. Right.
Oh, I see.
And then he
Genetics,
says to me,
etc.
he's like, this doesn't look like it doesn't look like enough for it to be decay. And like the where your mouth is and where this like gum recession is like next to like where your lips are like pulling up. And he says to me, do you talk a lot? And I'm like, well, sir, little do you know, I only talk a lot. That's all I do.
That's all I do
Is-
is talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I think that this is from talking too much. I think this is like from your lips pulling up on your gums, like where they are in your mouth. And like the asymmetry. Look, I'm doing it right now. It's this side. It's this side. And so he was like my best bet for you would be like, try talking less. And like, I think it'll probably like, but he's like, I don't think it'll keep going or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God. Watch out, constant yappers. It's coming for your gum line as well.
Coming for your gums. Like, we thought we were just like worried about like the face
No.
from all the expressing. We gotta be worried about the gums.
That's the thing I really don't understand about the Botox of it all and like actors getting Botox.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Are you dumb? You gotta use this
whole thing is your face. Like the whole thing. Like your mortgage payment is your face. Like your kid's education is your face. Like what are you doing? Yeah, totally.
Are you stupid? I don't understand it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, so tooth update. Watch out. Constant yappers, incessant yappers. Stay vigilant.
Stay on it. Go to the dentist, etc.
It is really funny to me though. Like I was saying this to the dentist. I was like, it took me until turning 30 to be like, I don't want to lose these things. Like I want to take really good care of my teeth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even though I had braces twice.
Yeah, I think about those things. Or like, I want to be able to like climb a ladder. Or I want to be able to like, you know, this is when you gotta do that shit.
Yeah. I want to even though I want to stay alive.
My genes.
You could do nothing apparently, and you're just gonna be alive.
I'm just gonna be alive forever.
Be alive.
Just be here. Yeah, what else is happening?
Well, how was your trip?
Oh my gosh, I traveled. Yeah, it was fabulous. I died and reincarnated, I guess we could say, probably, at an antique mall.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to do a little haul?
I am going to do a haul cupping.
Mm-hmm.
I got this Channy yesterday that was like, you know, watch your spending. You're going to.
I was going to say, Miss Frugal, and the haul that you sent me, I was like, okay, sure.
It was like,
okay, no buy.
Don't spend this money. And I was like, Channy, where were you a week ago?
This is why I had to do the financial projections, because you're going to tank us with your lamp obsession.
Money. Channy sent me this thing for my horoscope yesterday, and I was like, girl, where were you a week ago when I could have needed this? Because
that's so funny.
You just left me out in the cold on this antique mall because I got everything. Also, I
got everything.
You have to be. You got to be this at an antique mall. You know what I mean? You got to be.
Oh, you got to go in with your. And actually, I'm really proud of myself because I was looking at my shopping list the other day of like things that I've written down that I like, and I was like checking them all. I was like, oh, I've been successful in this. In the like, I like wrote down what I wanted. Probably like a couple months. I like wanted like a new good t-shirt. I can't remember else. Like things that I'm like keeping my eyes out for.
Right.
Or whatever, right?
And you
I feel like I did that with some home stuff too. What did I do?
Generally do that. Like I like to go in with a plan. Like, you know, but that's not who I was that day. That's just, it didn't, I tried and I was taken under.
Your like my problem is chairs. Your problem is lamps.
Lamps.
Because I mean, like a chair and a lamp are very similar, and that like you don't have to spend a lot of money.
No.
To have huge impact.
Massive.
And the interior design of your home, and not a ton of money, a good amount of space, and small enough impulse. Right? You're like, it's not like a couch. It's just a chair. It's just a little, right?
Yeah, it's just a little lamp. Just a little lamp. And I realized lamps and jewelry, like antique jewelry.
Which is funny too, because you're not a total jewelry person either.
No, I'm not. But I like I like a moment, you know? Yeah. I was really getting tied into that. And also, I really judged the Boise Antique Mall. Because I did not think that I was going to go in there and see the caliber that I got.
This is what I was saying to you, though. I'm like, how? Why? You know, like, how did these things end up here? Who did that?
There were a couple of booths where I was like, this is like straight a French antique. Or like, there was like one where it was like Italian coffin of like a baby from like... 18 something other. And I was like, we are in a like literal shopping center in the middle of Idaho. Like, what is this? Anyways, but yeah, I had to call in reinforcements. To you, I sent you that text as an SOS, but I wasn't very clear, and you didn't get the the note of Jacqueline, do not buy anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I had to call who I was with to be like, you have to walk with me because I'll just keep.
You need to watch me.
I'll just keep taking
Yeah.
all things.
Yeah.
I'm Leslie Will's daughter. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say? But I had a good time. Idaho is so beautiful in the fall. You know, I love a fall foliage scene. That was great. Then I went to Arizona where there are grapefruits on trees and it was 90 degrees and we did trick-or-treating outside in 90-degree weather.
That's
which
like
conceptually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like I was talking to one of my cousins in Australia the other day, and she was saying she like sent me a photo of her like Christmas tree that's set up, and I was like so confused. I'm like, it's nice out. And like we did Christmas in Australia when I was a kid, and even as a child, I remember being like, no. Same thing. I was talking about one of my cousins once, and they're like, it's so weird that you have like snow during Christmas, and I'm like, oh, you mean like I'm dreaming of a white Christmas so weird that like that's. That's where it was like manufactured. Like, what are you talking about?
Snow at Christmas. Yeah, what? What are you talking about? What?
Yeah, so weird that you like decorate like your miniature house with snow of not the season that it is outside. What are you talking about?
I know. Exactly. Yeah.
So,
we had fun though. It was a nice little visit to my family.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
When I was traveling, I got some really great texts in our thread. So I'm going to go through.
Oh, okay.
Last week in the thread. Okay, we need to discuss audition glam. Like, what are we doing?
What is that? What do you mean? You mean putting on a bunch of makeup for the role?
People go into auditions with like full faces, either like character driven or just like a ton of makeup on. Like it's like,
to me, it's the same thing as putting Botox in your face. It's like, what are you doing?
It's so strange to me. It's like a whole. And it's like, I mean, maybe, you have a certain amount of makeup on in your headshot or whatever, but like the cameras wash that away. Like you're, I'm talking about in-person auditions, being like across the table from someone and you like have full everything on.
I'm curious to hear what is being said to people, because when I was auditioning as like a teenager and the rule was like, you are a blank slate. You are nothing. You are not you. You don't have a name. You're not even a gender. You're not your height.
You're a concept.
You're nothing. And I remember when I like got my first tattoo, all my friends being like, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Like, and that was like the thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm curious to know what's being said. Like, is that like a younger person thing, you think, or
I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing it across the board, even though my auditions, I've officially entered middle age. Like everybody in the room is between like 35 and older.
Your mom / grandma.
That's what's happening over here. So, but there were some last week. Or it was, I guess, the week before I left. There were a couple people, and I was like, what is going on? But also, I think it's the internet, right? I think it's social media. I think it's everyone getting up every day and putting on contouring, which, like, by the way, I learned contouring in a makeup class, like a theater makeup class. But now all of a sudden, everyone is contouring their faces and everybody has full glam on.
I really feel like we've like a hard reset to like 2016 for no fucking reason and none of the fun parts of it. Like I was looking at like a Pilates like Instagram today, and I was like, I really thought these like size 2 like thinspo bitches were a thing of the past, and they have like risen from the dead in a big way. And I'm like, this sucks. Like all of we're just going back to all of the bad things. And that's what I feel like with like makeup. Like I was somebody that woke up like first thing in the morning. Like I woke up so early to like do a full face of makeup, my hair, and then go to my office job. What?
No.
I would go to my office. I would wake up.
That's wild.
Do that. Go to my office job and then waitress.
That's wild. No.
Yeah.
There's something about like the acting, the character, like the form that I'm just like, this is weird to have you be showing up. Like there's so much happening. I don't know. It's strange. Anyways, next.
I'm surprised you even have anything because I feel like I haven't really talked to you in like an extended period of time. Wrong.
I get sent a link. What are we doing? Love to grind up on my ice cream cone with a chain mower start. Let her rip.
What? Oh, yeah. I was looking at vibrators. I was doing vibrator research for a piece that I'm working on. And what is I'll maybe include it in the essay that I'm writing because it's like an ice cream cone with like a ripple start. What does that mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, and then you say, what the hell is going on here, girls? We really need to get our shit together. What are we doing?
Okay, so maybe this is actually good that we're discussing right now because I have this joke that I really can't make work about like the great vibrator divide in my vibrator collection of like, I feel like there's like a what's it called in like geological time where, you know, there's like a big thick layer of sediment. They're like, this like defines a time. And there was a time as a young woman where my vibrators were like, they looked like vibrators, you know, like medical aesthetic esque. Now they're like modern art pieces. And I feel like an old fucking woman. And no one let me know. Like, yeah, this like is part of turning 30. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they next to the candles at Barnes and Noble? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. It's like the same thing with like what you were talking about where like you turn to be a certain age and all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's like a nice necklace or that's a nice shawl. Or that's like... And you walk into those stores and you're like old woman, like old
you're like,
women
what are those stores?
Like these are bordering that. I feel like, am I
100%, 100%. It's like you like all of a sudden you turn 30, and I think actually you have to turn 31. Like I think you turn 31 and you're walking like all of a sudden you're like given the gift of sight and like a store with like a blazer with like a funky decal on the front and like 3 large asymmetrical buttons, and you're like, oh my god, that's kind of cute. Like all of a sudden you can see that now.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
They Live, but for like funky accessories.
Yeah. Oh, funky is a good word. Yeah, it's like funky. It's like you turn 30
and that's how I feel about vibrators. I'm like, why don't they look like 1950s medical devices? What this sex positivity has gone too far. I can't tell what's like part of the MoMA and what you're trying to sell me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's some material that I just can't get off of the floor because men look at me like I'm crazy. Anyway, and so that I'll post the ice cream
that
cone.
Was
it's
a
so
wild
weird
text to get from you. I was like, what?
And I think I also sent that at like midnight too while I was writing, right?
Yeah. Anyways, that was last week in the thread.
Beautiful. Thanks for taking us there. I forgot about that. Forgot about that ice cream cone. It was so confusing.
You forget about all these things and then I bring them back and you're like, all right, I'm funny. Because you are. Speaking of being funny.
Okay.
Shall we get to the question?
Yes, let's get to the question.
Phoebe, do you ever feel like sending in the clowns?
Send in the clowns. That's all I got from that song.
Okay, do you know where Send in the Clowns like originated?
It's like a terribly sad song, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes, that song is very sad. But that's not really what I'm talking about. But yes, that's sad.
Oh, you mean the saying?
Yeah, the saying Send in the Clowns. So the saying Send in the Clowns was like, basically, I mean, it's like what it sounds like. Like, let's make this better. Like, let's make this something. But it originated in performance and in theater. Exactly. Yeah. In performance and theater, like when a show wasn't doing well, you would send in the clowns and they would bring in their like
911 emergency. Let's get some clowns in here.
Let's get some clowns in here because this isn't doing well. And like something that started out as maybe like a actual intention of like a serious storytelling whatever moment. Like I'm just thinking about like, I don't know, Shakespeare
Yeah.
or something. And they're like, ooh, we're going to tell this story. But audience really not into it, really not liking it. They send in the clowns and then they just throw out the whole fucking thing. And they just let clowns do whatever they want.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So that, that's
So that happened.
That
Clown happened.
So that's send in the clowns. I've been thinking about this, like, trend. I like whatever the word is, like this pattern that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Of how everybody now is a comedian or a clown.
Yeah. Is it a trend? Is it a, I don't know what.
And like I think it's like there's a couple things of like when you, it's like the same thing of like you turn 30 and you write a solo show. In some ways it feels like that, right? Like, oh, this is just like where this is like the next stop on this like ride that we're all on together, you know, from like if you were a theater kid as a kid, you probably now wrote a solo show and like are making skits online. Like, you know what I mean? Like that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I also think there's something about like even people who would define themselves even 5 years ago as a poet or a writer or like I don't know, a thought leader online or like a person writing about these certain things or whatever. It's like everyone now has a stand-up gig, right? Or like everybody has some type of like thing on stage. And I think there's a lot of reasons for this, but I find it really fascinating. And I want to talk about this with you because you're obviously one of these people.
I have like 1,000. And so it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault. I have like 1,000 thoughts. My first thought is George Carlin. As all things are. I was talking about this with my dad the other day, actually. Did you grow up watching much comedy?
No. I didn't watch SNL.
You didn't watch SNL?
I didn't watch, like, I didn't really even understand stand-up comedy to be a thing. Well, I did. I understood stand-up comedy, and we're talking about two different things, right? Like, I started talking about clowning, now we're talking about, but like, all the different things of comedy till I went to, like, art school. And I was like, oh, this is something people do. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad, and like, okay. I'm having 1,000 thoughts. Okay. Here are my thoughts in order. That's who knows where we're gonna go. My first thought is I think of George Carlin. My second thought is like posh comedians and posh actors and like, you know, nepo babies. And then my third thought is like the difference between being like a funny person and being a comedian. And I think that's maybe like tied to the George Carlin thing. So my dad is like I grew up watching every single big comedy special you could name. Like I probably saw multiple George Carlin specials by the time I was 10. To this day, one of my favorite specials of all time is Robin Williams at Carnegie Hall. Have you ever seen it?
I've seen clips of it.
It's incredible. He's got probably like 12 water bottles on stage with him. I think he drinks 2 of them, and then the rest are like comedic props. Like it's like I don't know. It's like I know people like love Robin Williams, and I'm always like, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg if you've only ever seen him like in a movie. Like his stand-up is fucking incredible. But there's like a bunch of George Carlin quotes that I could probably pull out right now, but I do think that like and maybe this is kind of what you're talking about, or maybe not. Maybe this is like why we found ourselves like in this trend of like thought leaders becoming comedians. Like Alok comes to mind right now, right? I think we confuse, and throughout time, people, and maybe this is like really what's happened to comedy in the last 10 years, is people have confused comedy with philosophers. And we're asking comedians to do the job of, and I think George Carlin actually says like a good comedian should like take place of like as a philosopher or something like that. But I think we're asking like our comedians to be like philosophers and politicians, and I don't think we're asking like, and we're asking everybody else to be like an entertainer. Like there's like so much. Oh my God, I have 1,000 things to say. I was listening to Olivia Rafferty's like Patreon podcast. I don't want to say all of it because it was behind a paywall, but she was talking about the difference between like being an entertainer and being like a musician, or being an entertainer and like all, or like an artist or whatever. So I don't know. That is my big vomit web of things that I have floating around my brain right now.
I think what I find kind of like, like I'm talking about a couple different things here. I'm talking about like what happens in our like history, right? Like we talk about this all the time. Like things get weirder, kookier, funnier, sillier, like when the world is horrible, right?
Yeah.
And comedy is something, or performance or theater, like we keep saying, like theater's back, right? Like is something people turn to in the dark times, right? Like that's what we're seeing. I also feel like the internet has like created this like niche form of like content where everyone is now funny, right? Or like and I think what's interesting is like you and I are looking at, most of the time we are looking at entertainers. Like you and I very specifically when we're on our phones are looking at entertainer, like people who are trained, or we're like, I want to be an actor, or I want to be a comedian, or whatever the thing is, right? But then there's like this whole other subsection of this stuff online where it's like influencers, or like writers or podcasters or whatever are now funny.
Yeah.
You know?
I was just thinking like a couple weeks ago on TikTok, there was like, you know, when you're like getting like the third version of the news cycle, like you're like, you miss the first headline. There was a like TikTok sketch creator or whatever, who went to Charlie Kirk's funeral, and people were saying like, and I had no clue who this one was. I'd never seen her in my life, which I think is like funny about TikTok, right? Is like you can be like a relatively like I don't know, successful, famous, air quotes, and like person on that platform, and like no idea who, like no one knows also who you are at the same time. But people were saying the sentence like, my favorite like restaurant like sketch like TikToker like is getting canceled because she went to Charlie Kirk's funeral, and it's like, hey, that's a crazy sentence. Like that's a crazy sentence.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's like become so it's like, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? It's become like so ubiquitous in some ways, right? Like that we're just used to it. But it's like, what, I guess like, and this is kind of the comedic conversation, I would say, like, right? Is like, what can you actually define anymore as comedy? And then like, what can you define as stand-up versus clown versus sketch versus improv versus, you know what I mean? Like all of these different things.
Or so controversially, storytelling,
right? Like, because everything is starting to become this blur. And I think, and part of me is like, okay, is this age? Because I do think there is something to like you're on the like,
you turn 30, you got your funky blazer on, you need to go write your solo show. End of story. Also, you have gum receding.
Yes, exactly. All of a sudden, you want to tell your life story, and everything's funny, and you start a podcast with your best friend. You know what I mean? Like, there's that, and then there's like, I do think there's something to that, but then I also think there's something happening in the industry, and then there's something happening in the world where like we all need silly, fun, happy times to survive every day.
I think that is more of the thing right now. Like, and if you were to look at like, I mean, I'm sure somebody's done this, right? But if you were to look at time, like when does theater, or like when does like the art like get made? I remember like early pandemic people saying things like, oh, you know, think of all of the art that's going to get written now that we're in lockdown or whatever. And I just remember thinking like, I don't want any art to be made right now.
Do you know what? Do you know what art got made during lockdown? A lot of movies about men, or a lot of movies about older women fucking boys. That's what got made.
That's what got made during lockdown.
Yes.
Amen.
Nicole Kidman
And I'd like to say amen.
and Anne Hathaway and all these.
Let me turn 30. Let me turn 40. Let me turn 50. I'm ready.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, sorry.
Anyway,
but totally. Like the shelf life of these things, or not the shelf life, but like
Couldn't
what
remember
gets
saying.
made and then like how it's received by the time it's created or something.
yeah, and also just like what the like world is making us do. Like I feel like you can only I'll speak from the eye. I feel like that's all I can watch, quite frankly, right now is humor. Like that's all I can stomach. It's I used to consider myself like quite a like avid news consumer, and I stopped in like 2021. Like Trudeau used to come out in front of his house and like talk every day, and I would read, like I was making myself sick insane, like looking at the COVID like infection numbers like every single day. Yeah, and so I think a lot of, I mean, here's the other thing is like, I know we're talking about like what's going on in the world right now. I also do really feel like we are, I don't think we'll actually do this properly for like another 30 years, but like reconciling, just maybe starting to consider like how fucked up of a thing that was that we went through. Like early lockdown, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. Like, I think we really are just living through an extremely bad time. And so like, otherwise, and if you don't like hee hee ha ha,
Oh yeah.
like what else is there left? You know?
I mean, exactly. Like you went and you saw Cabaret, and that's like what all that whole part of comedy and performance is, right? Like vaudeville, like all of that is a way to cope with the
So much of it. Yeah. So much of it, right?
And I just think like, I don't know. I obviously I think I think we live in like a more meta world every day, like, you know, in like a very kind of layered world every day. But there's like jokes inside of jokes inside of jokes inside of jokes now. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just noticing it more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I am thinking of a lot is like who gets to be funny, right? Or who gets to, not just like who gets to be funny, but like who has like arrived there, and like how do I okay, I don't really have like a clean like connective thought for this, and this is the pod, so it doesn't need to be a clean connective thought, but I think people get really mad about nepo babies like a lot. I don't know, who's an example of someone that like is in the news for being funny right now? I don't know, like there's like this like societal frustration with like nepo babies and like just kind of like rich people trying to be relatable, which is what comedy is, right? I mean, you could call, oh my God, this is such a, I can't believe you've done this to me. This is so complicated. This is so complicated. Not like it's so complicated in a bad way. I'm just like, I can't have like one linear thought about it.
Well, this is kind of my point, right? You know, I'm like, this is getting, I don't know. I think this is something that, like I was saying, that you and I only think about because we're like in it in a way, right? Like, but I think like, I worry, I guess. Maybe it's a worry. Maybe it's like about where do we go? Like, where do we go? Like, I don't know where we're going after this. Like, how does this get shaped? You know?
So, okay, I think this relates. I think we're mad at the wrong people in the world, right? Yeah. Like just generally, like we're mad at like the wrong politicians, we're mad at each other. And like, I think this like frustration towards nepo babies is something that's like really funny and weird, and it's like something that we're making everybody address constantly. Like Lily Allen's press tour right now, that's like something that's coming up in her press tour, and I'm like, oh my God, let a girl live. Like, can a girl live?
Yeah.
Can a girl live?
Yeah.
Also, it's like what, her like fourth or fifth album. And they're like, hey, wait a second. You know, like we're mad like at the wrong people in the world. And I think that's because it's when you're an artist, it costs time and money to be able to do these things, right? Like, my God, forget about the time. I got a fucking speeding ticket on my way home from a gig a couple weeks ago. You know, literally costs money.
Yeah.
Annoying. Anyway, and like, I feel so privileged that I have like the time and space to be able to like, I have a day job doing this, which is already like a crazy thing. And I have like time and space. I have like a partner that's able to look after, I don't know, my life essentially, so that I can go out and do this.
Yeah.
But like, you know, who can take on these unpaid internships? And I think this is the same like in every single creative industry, right? Whether it's like you're a designer wanting to take on like an internship, unpaid internship, or if you're I don't know, a musician able to like, exactly. In whatever kind of industry that you're working in, there's so much unpaid labor, and not just unpaid labor, but like pay to play time that's put in, or hey, we'll pay you an exposure, right? Like we actually don't have a budget for this thing, but like we'll put your name at the bottom of this email,
right?
Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah.
There's so much of that, and so like who gets to stick around are like whatever the nepo babies, or are these people that come from privilege. And I think if we fucking voted differently and we invested in the arts, like it's not, I think to have a different outcome, it's not just like invest in the arts. It's like invest in social structure, invest in housing, invest in healthcare, like make it so that it's easier for everybody who wants to go to the, you know, the club for 5 minutes on a Thursday night. They have the things that they can do. Like you need to feel safe enough to make art, like fundamentally. I think like every single one of these episodes of this podcast, like it's just going to come back to like, it's actually capitalism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I just think like that is part of it in this like frustration that we have. It's like, we're directed like, no, like, pay no attention to the man behind the yellow curtain. You know what I mean? Like,
which is what arguably, right, like the court jester or like any of these things were like used by the state, right, to do, right? Yeah, exactly. So I think we have to like examine what it is that we're looking at all the time. And I also think like totally, and I think like Ireland that just did universal basic income for artists. They get like 1,800 euros a month just to live, like something like that is huge, huge,
and will like, and it's not going to be one of those things that you see a change in overnight, right? Like in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, the art that's getting made, like, and I think it's really hard for people to, when you're suffering in the right now, it's really hard for people to understand why that's like a good investment.
Yeah, I mean the equity of that playing, like the field or whatever, is now in a totally different place than somebody who can afford even like an art lesson, right, or whatever it is, right? Like I think that that's part of it. I think like, but I love what you're saying about like getting mad at the wrong people, especially like the messengers or like the gestures or like the people like the people that are commenting, because it's like, I don't know, is comedy commentary? Is comedy like you were saying, like philosophy? Is it I feel like we've lost the plot in some ways. You know?
I think it can be a lot of things. And I think when you assign, and this is not to say that I think people are exempt from like being horrible people. I just don't I don't personally go and get like my like checks and morals and feel okay about my life from the like entertainers in the world. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's like I want to find, there's like this George Carlin quote,
which also has to do with like celebrity, like, which was what you're talking about. Yeah. This idea of like trying to care about the world around you through the lens of someone else's perspective, or like of something like, which I guess we're doing all the time as we're like trying to be media literate, and we're like, you could get that from a book, you could get that from stand up. But like, I think that, you know, Dave Chappelle talks a lot about like this concept, right? Like this idea that like comedians, you like getting mad at the thing, not the, like Dave Chappelle's joke about the thing.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know.
Dave Chappelle, not somebody that we're co-signing on the pod.
No,
and
no.
like, that's what I mean. It's like, and it's also complicated when you talk about like these individual people. I mean, I know I've said this before. I've said 1,000 times, like Louis C.K., fucking devastating to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it's because he's somebody who got up on stage and was like, look at my insecurities. Like, you think that's what you're seeing? And it's like, no, that was a performance of some kind, whether or not it was, well, I don't know. I feel like it has to be conscious if you're the fucking devil. But anyway.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Like these things are, I don't want to say that they're complicated, because I actually don't think they're all that complicated. They're just like, there's like so, like you and I have said like 8 different essay headings in the last 5 seconds. Yeah. Like, let alone, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. You're talking about Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, not co-signing. I'm just saying that, like, even what I was saying is like, even people within the industry, like I'm doing this to you right now. I'm like, what is your opinion on this, Phoebe? You know what I mean? In the sense of like, is there a responsibility, right? Like, or do you just think about being funny, right? Or
no, I think you have to think about being like, of course you have to think about, I'm a fucking person. I'm like, and I mean, clearly it's not true for men, whatever. But like, I want to be able to feel okay and sleep at night. There is an incredible Marc Maron interview. I think it was called the Vulture Comedy Podcast. I think it's called Good One. Where Marc Maron is talking about this, and I feel like actually he's the only person that gets to say anything about this, because he's like a veteran of you know, his craft. I know we're also talking about stand-up right now, and we started with clowns, but where he's saying that like these guys that are using, essentially people using comedy to soft launch their shitty ideas. Right. And it's like, you got, like, you can say the R word on whenever you want. So it's like, what is that what you wanted? Is that what you care about? Like, it just seems like you just want to be a dick to other people. And I think, it's like, you know, what is comedy? It's like 1,000 things. And right now it's like a conduit to like oppress people with, quite frankly.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. And then I think that's why we're seeing this like swing, if you will, or like this like other, I don't know, part of comedy or this other genre, which like the mainstream outside of like fucking theater people now know about, clowns. Like it's like weird. And I'm like, and it's not.
Have you read that Natalie Palamides? Was it the Times?
Yeah.
Have you read that?
Yeah.
I haven't.
That was part of this too, where I was like, what? Like, Natalie Palamides' clown show is getting like reviewed at Cherry Lane Theater, that's now owned by A24, like that. And I'm like, my brain. But like, there's like this what's the word I'm talking about?
Like the zeitgeist. It's in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, to like know what a clown is in modern day 2025 and like what that work looks like. And I think, I don't know, do we want our clowns on the back alley? I not in this like commercialized space? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, as somebody who, like, close personal friends of mine are clowns, and they're like absolute freaks of the week. I don't think that there's anything about clown, and to be honest, even stand-up, that can ever be mainstream. Anytime any like stand-up special has gone, mainstream, or I think that this is maybe a bit rude and a bit like snobby of me to say, but I think anytime any of those like big stadium, like the idea of like stadium comedian is like, what's the word? Hypocritical, when it's the opposite. Like, those two words like don't go together, because like the magic of like being in like a little room with somebody is gone, in my opinion. It's the same thing as like the
it's
taping
like an oxymoron,
of a
you're saying?
oxymoron. That's yeah. Or it's like the taping of like, you know, my opinion on movie musicals. There's never been a good movie musical adaptation, right? Because like the magic of live theater is a special thing. Sorry, I just feel that way.
Can we just like let things be what they are?
Yeah, well, or sure, like even the taping of a comedy special, like I just think, you got to have the lights up a little bit higher, and like there's cameras around, and like all of a sudden that like magical moment of this is just happening right now is no longer the thing, which is fine, but it's just something different. That's all, I think.
Yeah.
So, is this a nice, light, fun entertainment podcast today? After I brought it back to everything is capitalism, and it's so much worse than you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like, I there is a part of me that's like, love that like Julia Mosley, that Estonian clown, just had her show at the Public. Julia's show is so great. It's like solving people's problems, like in the audience. It's fantastic.
That's Paul went to go see that one. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Cool. I love that because like, I don't know, and to call the Public mainstream, like whatever, but like, I don't know. I feel like you can generally say that in like the like art community, people know what that is wild to me. Like it's wild to me. I love it. I love it. And then I'm also like, what's going to happen to this like form of art?
Yeah. I don't think the form will change much at all. I feel like it must be a weird place to be in your career. Like, what do you do after? That's what I think.
Yeah.
After that. But anyway, how do we want to wrap this up?
Yeah. So I went down, and I'm going to put some of these obviously like notes in the episode notes, or links in the episode notes.
Yeah.
But I went down like a whole deep dive, because I'm me, about like what laughter literally does to us, like from a physiological perspective and then from like a social perspective. And I think like it literally has the power to change our brains.
Yeah.
Like from not only just feeling a laugh in your body and all of that, right? But like humor like demands different synapses in our brains to like connect and create patterns in a way that drama doesn't, in a way that like these other expressions and forms of art, especially performance art, don't. And I think that there's something that has to do with that, right? In this like time. And I also think whenever I don't know, I think I've also been doing a lot of thinking around like us too, and like the stuff that we're interested in looking at, or the stuff we're interested in making, or even myself. And I'm like, oh no, like I actually think there is something quite useful, necessary about being silly, right?
Totally.
Like, and goofy in whatever place you're in, like in whatever form, or in whatever it is, the meeting or the stand-up or the whatever, because it's not just necessary for survival, but it could quite literally create like a different place in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like,
I also just think too, like I don't, and maybe to kind of speak to that, like, it's funny that you say this too, because I was just thinking about it the other day. I'm like, what I was writing like 5 years ago versus like what I'm writing now is so insanely different. And I think that's just like, I would always rather be, I don't know if it's like perceived, or I would always rather try to be funny. I would always rather try, instead of trying to be genuine, instead of trying to be authentic, or instead of trying to be earnest, because I think that it falls flat. I don't think anything could ever be as authentic and earnest and like heartfelt as like humor or comedy could ever be. Like, Natalie Palladini, like Nate is fucking brilliant, and I like, my current vocal tick is like, was that wrong? And like the line, like that is fucking brilliant genius. So you think all of this is just crazy, and then she pulls it all together with that line. And listener, if you haven't seen Nate yet, turn off this podcast and run, don't walk. It's so good. You know, is that wrong? You're like, shit. Oh, I see what you're doing now. And I just would always rather not just laugh, but I would always rather to try to put that out in the world than anything else. And I also think it's more intelligent. Just fundamentally, I think it's for smart people.
It is. So. Oh, it definitely is. Yeah. It's you're asking your audience to, there's like to rise.
Trust. Yeah.
It's
fun. Well, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just have a laugh. Have a laugh.
Have a laugh.
Go see other people trying to laugh. Support people that are trying to make people laugh.
I was literally just thinking this morning. And I'm sure I've said this on this podcast before, but like your karma, if you're somebody that like sells art or like makes a living from your art or has the expectation that other people like engage, not even just sells, I think engages with your art, be real honest with yourself. Do you feel like you're doing that?
Yeah.
Like out in the community? And I don't know, like you don't need a lot of money or a lot of the time. Like a lot of the time you can go to these things for free to just go and, support what's happening in your city, what's happening in your front door. Like my guess is your local cafe has some art up.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a stand or something, or acoustic music night. Get out there, people,
and
beautiful.
Be funny and haha and chaos and silly.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. What a lovely app. Do you want to get to your girl? No one wants that. Girl, no one wants that. Girl, no one wants your merch. I'm over it. I don't want your merch. I don't care about the logo that you designed.
Speaking of comedians.
Who did merch? Who did merch?
Oh, anyone? What do you mean?
Anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want your merch.
No.
I think your logo's dumb, and stop making bad t-shirts that are ruining the environment. Stop it with the tote bags. I don't want your merch, and I don't want your free promotional merch either.
No.
Unless you're doing something. Speaking of comedians, I bought a hat from comedian Grace Jarvis, and her merch for her show this year was "Just because I'm crying doesn't mean I'm not having a nice time," embroidered on a baseball hat.
Yeah.
That's great merch. It's like a line from her show.
Exactly.
Not your stupid logo.
No, and logos are like, I think really what you're saying is, girl, nobody wants your logo.
No one wants your logo.
I really want the Play by Cole Escola hat. Have you seen this?
No.
You haven't seen that? I want it. Anyways, oh, Mary merch. Girl, no one wants that. Your shoes off on the airplane?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Because you're going to get put in house jail.
Like,
you're not going to be allowed in the great outdoors any longer.
Mm-mm. Keep your shoes on. I don't care how uncomfortable you are. I don't care.
There's no amount of... you got some other fucking problems if you can't lock those shoes on your feet for like 6 hours.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And may I suggest, if you're traveling and you got some uncomfy foot stuff going on, grab a pair of Crocs.
Yeah. May I suggest,
keep those dogs locked down, Mary.
It's not acceptable. It's not okay.
I've told you this story before, surely, but I'll tell it again.
Okay.
You're upset, and you should be.
Like, where are we going?
On a flight to France, I was sitting in the bulkhead row where the toilet was. And usually, I don't mind that because I got my little extra leg room. On this current flight, we had some sort of pee-pee accident which had caused the floor of the toilet to become the Serengeti. And piss was swishing, flying around in the stall on this 6+ hour flight. Now, I wear platform shoes 99% of the time.
Yeah.
I especially wear platform shoes out to the airport now that I've had this experience, because I was like, if I had tennis shoes on, it would be over. My feet would be flooded with the pee-pee. So I was like, that's gross. R.I.P. to that bathroom. Clearly it's disgusting. Also, if I got to that toilet stall moment, I would change. Like, people were like lining up, and I was like, guys, there's other toilets. Like, that one's gone. It's gone.
That's not an
Let
option
it go
anymore.
So anyway, I saw this woman, she was booting up and down the aisles the entire time of this flight, barefooted. And I'm like, girl, can you not sit? Hey, I got chronic pain. Yeah, it's going exactly where you think it's going. I have chronic pain and I can sit my ass down for 6 hours, sit down, shut up and listen. Okay. So she gets in line and I see the pee-pee sloshing and I see her no shoes on. And I go, surely by the time she gets to the front of this line, you will make eye contact with the river that is flowing in that stall and make different decisions for yourself. Jacqueline, my heels were peeling off of the floor when I was in this thing. It was sloshing and sticky and it was gross. And this woman opens the latch to the toilet, makes eye contact once again with the river that floweth, and boots on in here with the dogs out. Mm-hmm. And that is why you leave your shoes on. Because you don't know what grandpa decided I can stand. I don't need to sit.
That is
during this turbulence.
Crazy.
Anyway,
horrific. That's horrific.
Just a cautionary tale. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, that was the podcast.
Anyways.
I hope maybe that brought some hee hee ha ha levity to your life.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that you're doing? Anything that you're promoting?
Not right now.
No.
Great. Y'all will be the first to know. Oh, you mean us?
No, you.
What do we do here again? What's our job?
We have nothing going on by design.
No, I don't have anything from my end. But you all will be the first to know when my column goes up.
Oh yes, your column. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
You don't want to promote them on the episode about comedy.
Sure. Okay, fine. I have a show on December 15th at Aquanova Brewery in Hamilton. Tickets are on sale now, I think. I will put them in the relevant link in bios or in the show notes below.
Great.
It's a fun show. I believe your drinks are included in the cost of your ticket as well.
Oh, interesting. Great.
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.